I went to Beyonce's house, and Jay-Z was watching Judge Judy.
Bradley Cooper is looking back at an iconic experience meeting Beyoncé and Jay-Z. The actor met the famous couple a few years ago when he was trying to get the Texas Hold'em songstress to play Allie in the 2018 film A Star is Born. The role ultimately went to Lady Gaga, but during a recent interview with the SAG-AFTRA Foundation, he recalled originally wanting Queen Bee to star in the film.
And I went to Greg Silverman the next day and I pitched him. I said, look, I know this is crazy, but he had known, because of American Sniper, I produced that movie and brought the book to Clint, so I was a big part of the making of that film, so he knew that about me. And I said, here's like the first 10 minutes of the film, which wound up not being the first 10 minutes. And I said, and he said, okay, if you can make it for under $25 million and you can get Beyonce, I'll do it.
Bradley ultimately pitched the film to the Grammy winner and had a hilarious run-in with Jay-Z.
And so then I went to Beyonce's house, and Jay-Z was watching Judge Judy. I still remember.
No.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Stop it.
And I was freaking. I remember I had this weird cough when I was pitching it to her. Like, it was so crazy. I'm like, and then this, and it was crazy. And then she was incredible, and so was he. And we developed it for like a year together. And she was, she's one of the greatest people of all time. And then that fell through.
After the project fell through with the Renaissance songstress, Bradley thought of pitching it to Adele.
Like, oh, maybe it's Adele, and he's like a fish out, and then his career is in the tank, and he moves to England and meets this person. It's kind of like a comedy, and then she didn't really I think she texted me back once, but it didn't. She was busy.
Ultimately, he approached Lady Gaga after hearing her perform La Vie en Rouge at a cancer benefit.
And I was like, oh, it just like blew the doors off of the whole place. And it was in that moment, I was like, well, what was I even thinking? And then I asked to meet her, and I drove to, there we go with the Chris Walken, I drove up to Malibu, and I met, so he was right. It was her house, though. And I met with her, and it was like she came down the stairs. I'm not even kidding. It was like right away. It was like, oh, she's like a girl from Jersey, and like, she was, you want to eat some pasta? And we're eating, and I'm like, do you want to sing together? Next thing you know, we're singing at the piano. And that was it. I was like, this is it. I was like, if I could just capture this person that's sitting with me on her porch, and then she just starts singing effortlessly, and it's like, it's beyond.
Once the film was released in 2018, it was an instant hit, earning 8 Oscar nominations. Bradley's duet with Lady Gaga, Shallow, even won Best Original Song.